morning to one and all. Today we are going to talk about the human reproduction. In this particular topic, already we have discussed about the anatomy of female and male reproductive system. Apart from that, today we are going to talk about what exactly the gametogenesis is. Here, gametogenesis. Gametogenesis. Genesis means formation or production. Now, gametes. Already we know that gamete means it is a male. In the case of male, it is sperm, and in the case of female, it is called ova or ovum. So here gamete will undergo the fission. This is in the case of male. This is in the case of male sperm, and in the case of ovum, female, it is ovum. So gametes are two types. Already we know that gametes are two types. One is the male gamete, one is the female gamete. Male gamete is the sperm cell, and the female gamete is the ova or ovum. So formation or production of gametes is called gametogenesis. Formation or production of gametes, that is sperm or ovum in the male and female reproductive organisms, is called as gametogenesis. What is gametogenesis? Gametogenesis is the process of formation of gametes in male and female organisms during the spermatogenesis or oogenesis is called as gametogenesis. So here, when the gametogenesis takes place, how does the gametogenesis takes place, where does the gametogenesis takes place, and how they are matured and how they are mated. So this we are going to learn in this gametogenesis process. First we will try to learn about the male gametogenesis. Now we will try to understand the male gametogenesis. What is male gametogenesis? That is spermatogenesis. The male gametogenesis is also called as spermatogenesis. Means formation of sperms is called as spermatogenesis. Generally in the spermatogenesis, when you try to talk about the spermatogenesis, already you know that seminiferous tubules are present. Seminiferous tubules, internally, the first layer of seminiferous tubule consists of, if you think this is one individual seminiferous tubule, to the wall of each individual seminiferous tubule, you can see that the first layer of cells. These are called as spermatogonia. These cells are called as spermatogonia. They are in two end, that is diploid in condition. Diploid in condition. In the case of diploid condition in the human beings means 2n means 46 chromosomes. 46 chromosomes. 46 chromosomes are present. Spermatogonial cells. They are with nucleus. They also consist of nucleus in them. They consist of nucleus. The second layer of cells present in each seminiferous tubule is called as these are also 2n in condition. So this second layer of cells are called as Sertoli cells. The second layer of cells called as Sertoli cells. Like this, so many seminiferous tubules are present in each testicular locule. Okay. Like this, so many seminiferous tubules are present. The space present between the middle of the seminiferous tubules is called as interstitial space. Interstitial space. In between of these interstitial space, we have a separate particular type of cells called mostly a triangular cells called as leading cells or interstitial cells. These are called leading cells or interstitial cells. These are called as interstitial cells or leading cells. Leading cells. Okay, this is how these are present inside. These are the seminiferous tubules, and between each seminiferous tubule lining, you can see that one more between that space is present. This space is called as interstitial space, and in between of these interstitial space, you can see that long triangular structure cells are present called as interstitial cells or leading cells. Leading cells. Leading cells. So now these leading cells now you think that you are already have been puberty. Puberty means already we have discussed that becoming young. Becoming young. becoming young. So generally male will be becoming young in 11 to 14 years, means adolescent age or teenage. Females become young between 10 to 13 years. Now, male has changed from the child to adolescent, or what you call the young puberty. He has attained the puberty, means becoming young. So, already we have discussed in the chemical control and coordination in the first year last topic. Madam might have said about this particular phenomenon. Now we will try to once again discuss about this particular phenomenon. You know that hypothalamus in our body, hypothalamus is present. Hypothalamus is present. This hypothalamus will activate the hormone called as GnRH, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone. This is gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone will activate the hormonal system of the testis, and increase the puberty. So when the hypothalamus triggers gonadotropin releasing hormone, the gonadotropin releasing hormone will act on the testis, and now this gonadotropin, as a result, the male becomes puberty, male or female becomes puberty. Puberty means becoming young. And once this gonadotropin activates follicle stimulating hormone, this follicle stimulating hormone, and as a result, this follicle stimulating hormone will act on the Sertoli cells. These Sertoli cells will be activated and they will start the process of spermatogenesis by nurturing the cell. Their main function is nutrition or nurturing. Their main function is nutrition or nurturing. So FSH activates the Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells will be activating the spermatogenesis process. Now, once the FSH is activated, immediately at the same time, luteinizing hormone, LH hormone, this LH hormone is activated from the pituitary and they act on the leading cells. Leading cells. These leading cells now start producing the hormone androgens. In the male it is testosterone hormone, androgen is called as testosterone. Now these androgens and the Sertoli cells will activate the spermatogonia. These androgens and Sertoli cells will activate the spermatogonia, and the spermatogonia will now start dividing to form the sperms. So here in the process of gametogenesis in males, the males at the age of 11 to 14 years, between this particular age, you can see that the hypothalamus of that particular organism brain will start secreting the gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone will start acting on the different parts, including the testes of that organism, and the person will change certain characters in them. So he attains the puberty. When he attains the puberty, the FSH which is produced in the pituitary because of the GnRH acting on the pituitary gland, the FSH is produced, and this FSH will act directly on the Sertoli cells, the second layer of cells, Sertoli cells, the second layer of cells, and will give the intimation to the spermatogonia to start the process of spermatogenesis. At the same time, when the FSH levels in the body increase, the LH, that is luteinizing hormone, will act on the cells called as leading cells. These leading cells will start producing the androgens. This androgen, the male androgen is the testosterone. This will act on the spermatogonia, and as a result of the spermatogonia starting the division, that is meiosis, so sperms are produced. The sperms will be produced. Once again, hypothalamus will initiate the process by releasing the gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone will act on the pituitary to produce the hormones such that it becomes puberty, that is becoming young or changing in the characters, or reproductively matured or reproductively capable. Now, once it reaches the puberty, immediately the pituitary gland produces the several hormones already we have discussed. In that it produces FSH. When the FSH levels increases, immediately the LH also increases. The FSH acts on the Sertoli cells, second layer of cells inside the seminiferous tubules, and which are nurturing in function. They initiate the process of spermatogenesis, that is the spermatogonia dividing into the sperms by nurturing. At the same time, the FSH activates the LH in turn activates the leading cells. These leading cells will produce the androgens, that is testosterone hormone. This testosterone hormone now initiates the spermatogonia along with the Sertoli cells nurturing to form the sperms. Now, when we try to understand how the division takes place, Now we try to understand the division takes place. So we need to understand the different stages of spermatogenesis. Now we need to understand the different stages of spermatogenesis. In the process of spermatogenesis, spermatogonial cells, already we have discussed that the spermatogonial cells are 2N in condition, that is diploid in condition, that is 46 chromosomes. 46 with each 46 chromosomes. Some of these spermatogonial cells are sperm mother cells. These are also called as sperm mother cells. The sperm mother cells now undergo the first mitotic division. First mitotic division, not meiosis, first mitosis. And increase the number of cells. Increase the number of cells. Increase the number of cells that are called as primary spermatocytes. These are also 2N in condition. 2N in condition. These primary spermatocytes now undergo the first meiotic division, that is meiosis 1. Already you know that meiosis 1 is also called as reductional division. Undergoes meiotic division. This meiosis 1, as a result, they form the secondary spermatocytes. Now, the number of chromosomes from the primary spermatocyte to the secondary spermatocyte has decreased by half. Here the condition of the nucleus is N and the number of chromosomes are reduced from the 46 to 23, one cell. Here the number of cells are increased by twice. Here the number of cells increased by twice, but no change in the chromosomal number. From here to here, the number of cells increased by double, that is twice, but the number of chromosomes reduced by half. For that reason, it is called as reductional division or meiosis 1. Now the secondary spermatocytes now undergo the nurturing, that is one more division called as spermatozoa. To form the spermatozoa. Here meiosis 2 takes place. Meiosis 2, already you know that it is a equational division. Here the number of chromosomes will remain same, but the number of cells doubles. From here to here, number of cells increases, no change in chromosome. From here to here, the number of chromosomes decreases, the number of cells doubles. From here to here, the number of cells double, but no change in the chromosome number. So only in the primary spermatocytes to secondary spermatocytes in the male spermatogenesis process only one reductional division occurs. Here the number of chromosomes are reduced to half. And the spermatozoa will now enter and embed with the head into the Sertoli cells. Embed into the Sertoli cells. This is called as from here to here, the process is called as spermiogenesis. The process of spermatogonia converting into spermatozoa embedding into the Sertoli cells is called as spermiogenesis, and the spermatogonia after maturing they enter outside through the seminiferous tubules, out of the seminiferous tubules and take the androgens. The releasing of the sperms, matured sperms from the seminiferous tubules and entering into the interstitial cells and taking the testosterone hormone for live condition is called. The releasing of sperms into the interstitial spaces is called as spermiation. The process of releasing of the sperms from the seminiferous tubules to the into the interstitial spaces is called as spermiation. This is very important. One mark question 2019. This is also 1 mark. Both combinedly for 2 marks. So the process of formation of spermatogonia to spermatozoa and embedding into the Sertoli cells is called spermiogenesis, and the releasing of sperms into the interstitial spaces from seminiferous tubules is called as spermiation. The last step from the spermatozoa to sperm maturation and releasing out is called as spermiation. These are the very important 1 mark questions as well as the 2 mark question, including the NEET question. NEET question 8. So we'll try to discuss after this with the diagrammatic representation of sperm.